Hello friends, Christine here. Welcome to Vlogtober day 30. I can't believe we're here already. I can't believe how many projects I have not yet finished for Vlogtober. Something to think about for Vlogmas. So it is Saturday and my first order of business is coffee. And my second order of business is trimming up that pumpkin quilt. Let's get started. Okay, I have squared up the quilts, trimmed it down. I ripped out the places where I was having tension issues on the straight line stitching, and in the places that absolutely needed some more stitching there, I put it back in, and some places just have a little less stitching. It's fine. You can't see it, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's looking good though. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've got my binding all trimmed, sewn together, and pressed, so it is ready to put on. I'm kind of obsessed with this fabric. It has little touches of Halloween in it. It's not super Halloween-y, but just enough. I wish I had gotten more now, but c'est la vie. So time to go get this attached to the front. Okay, a couple of things about how I bind. I use a 2.5 inch strip of fabric for my binding. That's my comfort zone. And I attach it, let's see if I can show you, with my walking foot. Here, I like to use my walking foot. I find that it puts it on smoother and straighter, and it's just easier for me to feed all of this through. And I know exactly where on my walking foot is my 3/8 inch mark. So I find that that's the most consistent for me. I know everybody has their own way of doing it, it feels like. And you'll notice that I am wearing my quilting gloves because I find that my hands just need the extra support that they provide. My sister asked what to explain the quilting gloves, so I use machiners, it's a purple package. They're just gloves with a little bit of stick on them, and they help to, when you're quilting, it's really tiring on your hands to just constantly push all of that fabric around. So this just helps. It helps you keep a grip on the fabric, but it just makes it less tiresome for your hands to do all of that work. It's easier when they're sticking to this, and then you just have to worry about what your fabric is doing. I don't know if that was a good answer, but I've tried quilting without them, and I would not recommend them. These are in need of a little bit of a wash, though. Okay, the binding is sewn onto the front, and I have pressed it. I always press my binding out, no matter how I'm doing it, and then I usually, when I'm machine attaching it, press it over so that the fabric starts to have a bit of the memory of being folded over before I'm trying to attach it down and catch it with my needle. So some of my friends think I'm crazy for taking both of those steps, but somebody mentioned it a couple of years ago and I've been doing it, and I find that it's super helpful to press the binding all the way around. Today I'm going to try this stuff. So I'm gonna read the directions and then put this on. Okay, initial thoughts. First of all, I just love how good this is looking. I wish in hindsight I had done a 1/4 inch on the front, 1/4 inch seam allowance, or actually done 2 5/8 binding width, because I am a little nervous about if this is going to catch all the way around when I'm stitching in the ditch. I did find it to be way less messy than glue basting, which I've tried and failed at miserably, so definitely a better experience there. Yeah, I think I might be okay. I think it will catch for most, sorry, I'm not even on the picture. I think it will catch for the most part. If I stitch in the ditch and just find a bobbin thread to match this, maybe this blue. It's gonna be a weird blue to match, but we'll try. Or maybe I'll do a dark gray. Anyway, I'll figure out a bobbin thread that will start to disappear in here. I'm not gonna use clear. I'm not gonna use that like fishing line type stuff. That's always a disaster. But I will say, like, if I can get that to work, that's gonna be one awesome looking binding on the front. So it worked much better than glue basting has for me. Definitely like take some practice, take some trial and error to figure it out, but and some time, you know, to press it all down. But what if it works? It's going to be totally worth it. One note though, it wrecks your manicure. So I think my next order of business is actually going to be removing this polish real quick before I sew it through. I'll be back. You guys, look at that seam. Look at that binding, I mean. So good. So now that I am like 100% done with this project, I'm a fan. I definitely missed a couple of places, like right here. I'll have to go do a touch-up on, but for the most part, I think I just need practice and not to change my, there's another spot that I missed a little bit. I need practice and not to actually change my stitch length, any of my measurements. Like, it seems to have worked really well. Really well. Okay, so I definitely cannot wait to try this again on another quilt. I'm super excited that this worked. I'm so happy with this product. I mean, I definitely need to work on being neater, but that's me, that's not the product. So I'm going to clean this up real quick and have a big reveal for you tomorrow on Halloween. And here's what I think I'm going to be doing for the evening. I have about half of the body lacework done up. So farther than I expected to get during October, but I would love to get a little farther along on this. So I'm gonna kick back on the couch and knit this and